welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, welcome. I'm Bethany of Good Eats with Beth O, and if you are returning, thank you for coming back. Today we're going to be talking about fried rice. Fried rice is one of those things that people love to hate. Yes, people love to hate on fried rice because they say it's too bougie, it's too this, it's too that. But then if you love fried rice, you really do love fried rice. And then once in a while you'll meet someone that makes it really weird and it'll just put you off. I'm here to save you. There are just two things that I really just feel that are very important when making this in order to be successful. First thing is the stock. Chicken stock, I love to use chicken stock once in a while. I will use goat meat stock, which I also really love. But the whole essence of this conversation around stock is that it is very important to get that rice tasting yummy. So if you don't have stock, it's not impossible, don't worry. You're just gonna have to use water, and that's doing some experimental styles with, your seasoning, but it's not impossible. I just prefer stock because I don't even have to worry. I make my stock really rich, so I don't usually have to worry about, re-seasoning my rice or anything like that. I just get my stock. I usually just drain it, run it through a sieve, I guess, to remove any excess residue from my meat. Is that the word, residue? I don't know. But anyway, you know what I mean. I run it through the sieve to have the broth more clear. And then I use it in my rice, and it's as easy as that. Second thing, vegetables. If you want to use fresh vegetables, so your carrots, your peas, all that, great. It's actually great. But some people just don't have the time, and that's okay. If you don't have the time to chop, cut, this, that, frozen veggies is great. My only thing with that is please be sure to make sure that you have thawed it, you have rinsed it off. It's not frozen anymore, because the moment you put that frozen veggies in your pot or in your pan, it's going to just liquefy or remove a lot of liquid, and everything that you have going on, all your great hard work will be ruined. Accident happened. So make sure that you have completely thawed out your veggies and it's not frozen anymore, it's patted dry and all of that kind of stuff. Same thing if you're using shrimp, meat, anything, make sure that it's not wet, because once you put it in that bell peppers and oil and all that, you just start to ruin what you've been doing. But besides that, I think it's a go-go. Please, again, just remember that all the measurements I use are measurements that work for me. You can add more or less. I don't usually like a lot of salt, so you won't see me go heavy on the salt in this video. But again, that's because my stock was already rich, so I didn't really need to add salt in a lot of this. But please, taste your food. Make sure it fits you. You might want more pepper, you might want less pepper. Go for it. You just use this as a base to create magic, I believe in. We're gonna go ahead and start with 2 cups of rice. We're literally going to rinse off any starch that is in there, and I mean rinse and repeat cycle, basically water in, water out until it is clear and it doesn't have that foggy look anymore. Some people like to do this over the stove, where they bring the rice almost to kind of like a boil, and then they'll wash it off with cold water because they think this is long and tedious, and it is. But sometimes I actually don't mind this method, and today this is the way that I've chosen to do it. We're going to go ahead and bring our rice to the stovetop. There's no water in it because we're going to be using our chicken broth that we have so nicely prepared already. I've used 3 cups of it, so this should be just enough for us to cook the rice properly. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cover my pot with some foil. This is to help us steam it so that we have that nice tender rice that is not overcooked or soggy. We're going to go ahead, make sure that our heat is low so that it actually gets a chance to steam and we're not just burning it. While that's happening, we're going to go ahead and put some oil in our pan and also throw in a little bit of butter for a kick, and then we're going to turn it around, make sure that it's nicely distributed around. We're going to have a 1/4 spoon of garlic. I already chopped up my bell peppers, onions, and habanero as well, so that's in there. A 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of curry, and half a teaspoon of chicken bouillon, which is basically just Knorr powder. We're gonna toss that in there and let it saute for about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. And then after that, we'll put in our thawed out frozen veggies. 2 handfuls should be just fine. And then we'll also just let that saute, let the seasoning that we've put in there, mix in with that for about 2-3 minutes about as well. After 20 minutes, our rice should be done. Go ahead and check on it. There should be no liquids in your rice. It should not be overcooked, meaning it should not be soggy. And just bite into it. If it's still, a little bit hard, put your top back over it and let it steam a little bit more. But it should be fine by this time. We're gonna go ahead and incorporate it with our veggies. Just transfer from one pot. Oh, good. The phone is hooking. Go ahead and transfer from one pot to another. And mix. Basically, you just want to get those 2 flavors together, so your nicely cooked rice from the stock should have a flavor, and then the one that you just did lightly in the veggies should also have its own flavor, and then you're basically combining both of them together. And guess what? You are done. It's as easy as ABC, simple as 1, 2, 3. Of course, when you become a pro, you can go ahead and add shrimp, chicken, liver, beef, all of them if you even want. But definitely this is starter pack. I mean, yeah, this is a base foundation that you can use. Please don't forget to taste your food. You might want a little bit more salt. You might want a little bit more pepper than me. Whatever you want, just taste it. Be sure to always taste it. It's a good habit. But besides all that, you're good to go. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and hope to see you next time. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.